Hello everyone, welcome to the Yeeflow Custom Service Template scenario. In many business processes, users submit structured data through forms, but business teams often need that data in a more readable format for approval and communication. In this demo, we will show how Yeeflow Custom Services transform quotation item data from a sublist into an email-ready HTML table. We will use the sublist to HTML table template and connect it with an approval workflow. This scenario is a supplier quotation approval process. A requester submits supplier quotation information, including quotation details stored in a sublist. The quotation items contain structured information such as item name, quantity, unit price, and total amount. After submission, the approval process needs to present these details in a clear format for reviewers. First, we create the custom service inside the Yeeflow application. For this scenario, we use the predefined sublist to HTML table template. This template provides the required service logic to convert sublist data into an email-compatible HTML table. After clicking Use Template, the sublist to HTML table service opens in the AI code editor. On the left, you can use the AI assistant to generate or adjust service logic. In the center, you can review or edit the service code. On the right, you can view snippets and run a test simulation. Next, click the Variables icon to open Variables Management. This is where the service defines the data it receives and the result it returns. The first section is Connection Variables. This template does not require any connection variables. If your service needs to call an external system or API, you can add a connection variable here. The second section is Input Variables. The predefined input variable is sublist JSON. This is the data the custom service receives from the workflow. In our scenario, it will receive the quotation item data from the quotation details sublist. The third section is Output Variables. The predefined output variable is HTML table. This is the result returned by the custom service. Later, we will map this output to a workflow variable and use it in the approval email. Before publishing the custom service, we can quickly validate the result using test run. We provide sample sublist data as the input. Then click Run Simulation. After execution, the service returns the generated HTML table output. After confirming the result, publish the custom service. Once published, the custom service will appear in the custom services list and be ready for use in workflows. Next, we connect the custom service with the approval workflow. We add the Invoke Custom Service action before the approval task. In the Invoke Custom Service action, go to the Service section and select the Published Sublist to HTML Table Custom Service. Once the service is selected, Yeeflow displays the related variables below. This template does not require any connection variables, so we can move directly to the input variable. For sublist JSON, select the quotation items sublist from the form. This will pass the quotation item rows into the custom service when the workflow runs. In the Output Variables section, the custom service returns the generated HTML table through the HTML table output. Since we need to use this result later in the approval email, we first create a workflow variable called quotation HTML table. This workflow variable will store the generated HTML table. Then we map the HTML table output to the quotation HTML table workflow variable. Now the generated table is available for the next steps in the workflow. Next, we configure the approval email in the assignment task. Click More Settings, open the Notification tab, and enable Email Notification. Then open the Mail Editor to customize the email body. To include the generated quotation table, open the Variable Selector and choose Quotation HTML Table from Workflow Variables. This variable stores the HTML table returned by the custom service. When the email is generated, it will be replaced with the formatted quotation table. Click OK to save the email content. Now let's run the complete scenario. The requester submits the quotation approval form. The approver receives a structured quotation table instead of raw sublist data. This improves readability and provides a better approval experience. This scenario demonstrates how Yeeflow Custom Services turn business data into reusable capabilities. By using templates, variables, and workflow integration, teams can quickly extend applications with custom business logic. Build once, reuse across business scenarios,